What's your forced to grow up too fast story? My mom never learned English after we moved here from Guatemala. When I was 8, immigration took my dad during a random workplace raid. One day he was making breakfast, joking about my messy hair. Next day, gone. Mom spoke maybe 20 English words total. Hello, thank you, bathroom, and help were her favorites. Suddenly, I became her voice for everything. At 9, I was sitting in doctors' offices translating words I couldn't even pronounce. Hypertension became your heart is angry. Prescription became magic paper for medicine. The worst part was when doctors would look at me like I was lying about symptoms. A 9-year-old explaining chest pain and dizziness while mom nodded frantically behind me. Parent-teacher conferences were nightmares. Mrs. Kim would speak directly to me while mom sat there smiling and nodding at everything. I'd translate, Layla needs to focus more, into, teacher says I'm very smart, because seeing mom's face light up was easier than watching her worry. But the real grown-up stuff started with the bills. Every month I'd sit at our kitchen table with a Spanish-English dictionary, trying to decode notices from the electric company. Final notice took me forever to understand, but the red letters made it obvious. I learned to call utility companies, pretending to be my mom's translator while actually being the decision maker. My mother wants to know about payment plans, I'd say, when really I was the one choosing between keeping the lights on or buying groceries. The eviction notice came when I was 10. I found it taped to our door after school, this official-looking paper covered in legal words that made my stomach hurt. Mom was at her cleaning job, so I sat on our couch with my dictionary for 3 hours. Failure to pay rent. 30 days. Legal action. When mom got home at midnight, exhausted and smelling like bleach, I had to explain that we might lose our apartment. She cried while I rubbed her back, trying to think of solutions like some tiny landlord. I called our landlord the next morning before school. This is Layla Santos calling about apartment 2B, I said in my most grown-up voice. My mother needs to discuss a payment arrangement. Mr. Peterson was actually nice about it. He gave us extra time, but only because I promised we'd pay double next month. I had no idea how we'd manage that. The worst day was when mom had a panic attack at the bank. We were trying to open a savings account because I'd read that it was financially responsible. The teller kept asking for documents we didn't have, speaking faster when mom looked confused. Mom started breathing weird, then crying, then shaking. Everyone was staring. I was 12, wearing my best dress that was too small, trying to calm down a grown woman while explaining to strangers that she wasn't crazy, just scared. She's okay, I kept saying. She just needs a minute. But I wasn't okay. I was a kid pretending to understand bank policies while my mom fell apart in front of strangers. I learned to forge her signature for school forms. I picked my own high school classes because the counselor only spoke English. I chose the cheapest health insurance plan when her job finally offered benefits. By 13, mom got her work permit and started English classes at the community center. She was so proud, practicing, "Good morning, how are you?" while making dinner. She threw a little party with gas station cake and soda. Everyone kept congratulating me, saying how proud they were that mom was finally learning English. But I felt empty inside, because for 5 years, I'd been making adult decisions with a kid's brain. I'd chosen between medicine and food more times than I could count. I'd negotiated with landlords, argued with insurance companies, and translated my mom's pain into words that doctors would actually believe. While other kids worried about homework and crushes, I was calculating whether we could afford both electricity and water this month. Now mom's English is pretty good. She handles most things herself, calls me when she needs help with complicated words.